All right, so before I get started on this baseball recap, I just want to remind y'all that Fresno State softball is playing game on Wednesday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Just to, in case you want to watch that, if they lose, they're done against Mexico, and that would leave baseball as the only team left in Mountain West. We are now less than 2 months from being in the Pac-12, so we are rounding up our tenure there. It's been, I think, 13 years, something like that, being here, so it's going to be a historic moment when the Bulldogs are out of there, but it's the last chance to win a chip, last chance to win a title. Baseball's not going to do nothing, and I'm going to explain why in a moment. So let's all root for softball. We need something positive. And speaking of baseball, the Bulldogs are a 3-game set at a team in Washington State that is going to be a Pac-12 member next year with them, and is also competing to try and get at least in top 2 spots in the Mountain West tournament like Fresno State was in last year. So they were a team with something to play for. And how the Bulldogs do? Well, it was a very similar formula to most of their losses this year. You know, Drew Townsend, he didn't pitch good enough for a Friday starter, but he had some bad luck go against him. Cam Schneider lost 2 balls in the outfield, and in my opinion, he's shown this year that he should not be in the outfield at all. Okay, he might be back next year. I don't know if they'll be in mutual party or not. He wants his grandfather and family to watch him play, but he needs to move back to the infield at some point, or DH or something. He's just been bad in the outfield this year. There's just no other way to say it. We also missed Griffin Sotomayor again this week. Just let you guys know about that. I think he's going to be out for the year. I don't think we'll see him fish it up. Maybe if he's injured enough, he can come back. Maybe they didn't say to let him. Who knows these days? But the Bulldogs in this series, in this game, only scored 1 run. That's just not going to do it. You know, you got to score more than that, generally speaking, to win baseball games. Unless, and that really was... That was just a precursor to the next game. And my God, you got run ruled 17-0. I mean, I've seen some hard moments in. I mean, when you lose 17-0 and get run ruled, I mean, I'm not going to bother recapping that. I mean, Tyler Padre got the start. He had some, you know. I mean, everybody pitched badly. Okay, out of the first 2 games, the real positive thing that came out was the pitching by Brandon Thomas. He was outstanding. He's the freshman phenom. I would not be surprised to see the coaching staff give him a start. Another start. Let me see how he did. He has a picture. Let me see if I can find him. Should be able to. I mean, he is in this game. He was just outstanding. Let me see if I can find him. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have this up ready for you. I should have. Yeah, he pitched, let's see, he came in pitching. Yeah, he pitched 5 innings for Townsend, who gained the third and gave up 1 run. I mean, and that's just what he's done all year long. I mean, he is an example of the hope that you want to have in these freshman classes. It sounds like they're planning on staying, all right? Like, you've got Marcus Hunt, you've got, him, you got Eric Rico. I mean, there is a lot of positive talent around here. And in Game 3, the Bulldogs won, avoiding getting the sweep. And the reason they fight the 4th, so they got their second conference win of the year, and May 3rd, but they did. And the reason why they got it was because of the performance of the underclassmen. Jordan Havier got his went 4.2 innings. Rico started, gave up 4.1 innings. He pitched well. I mean, it really came down to Mikey Pickett drawing a wrong. Brady Hewitt, national home run. I mean, I can go down the list in the Sunday game of all the freshmen that contributed, and that's really what you have to look for now, in my opinion, as a if you're a Fresno State fan, is that these young guys will contribute to the future. All right? I mean, technically speaking, mathematically speaking, the Bulldogs do have still a chance to make the Mountain West tournament. To me, that's just not really practical to think about. They'd have to go 6-0. They have to sweep UNLV, go to San Jose State, sweep them to make it. I mean, there are other options as well, but that's just the most realistic one. I also need GCU to lose at least 1 game. I think it is, or They need GCU to start losing, basically. And then when you look at their schedule, let me just get that up right here. It's certainly plausible for the Antelopes to start losing. They go to, are they hosting Mexico? They are. Let me see here. Okay, they're hosting the Lobos. They're hosting the Lobos, and then they are going to Nevada. So it's certainly possible for the Antelopes to lose both those series. Your Bulldogs and UNLV and San Jose State to lose, but again, they play those two teams and they gotta sweep them. I mean, if the Bulldogs have one loss, they're out for good. And honestly, that's what's going to happen. I don't know when, but they're not going to go 6-0. We've not seen any indication this team has been able to do something like that since Stanford. All right, and if they were going to do something like that, they would have beaten CSU Bakersfield on the midweek game going down there, and they did not. They lost 6-2. And the most interesting thing to me about that game was that Drew Townsend got the start, and he did poorly. He didn't get out of the first inning, but he had lost the job once to Tyler Patrick. Tyler Patrick simply did not perform as the Friday night starter, so eventually Townsend got the job back. But now it looks like he could lose it based on what they said in the coach's show the other day. I think Brandon Thomas, based on what he has done, has earned the right to be a stud. You have to look towards the future. You have to practically do it. And on the mound, he's earned it. He's pitched great. Same thing with Eric Rico. Patrick's been pitching better since the first half of the year. I don't know if I'd give him the start back. But, again, he's a sophomore, so he could contribute next year if he chooses to stay. Certainly none of the pitchers have impressed anybody that they're going to be draftable. I don't see Doug Christo. I don't see Drew Townsend. I don't see even B.J. Rodriguez getting drafted or even an undrafted free agent signing. So you have to look at it from the perspective of how are we going to do in the future. You got Mikey Boyd, Mikey Pickett. They've been starting them on the infield. Part of it's just been practically due to injuries. Griffin Sire has gotten hurt, and that just happened. But I suppose if you are a coach, you have to look at this and play until you are mathematically eliminated. You are compelled to put in guys like Sky Collins, like Cam Schneider. If Griffin Sotomayor is healthy again and can play, you put him in. You have to play Drew Townsend. You have to put in guys who you think can help you win. Although some of those names I've listed so far this year, I have serious doubts about whether they can help you win. But nevertheless, the coaches are going to be obligated to do that. Now, before I wrap this thing up, let me just give you the standings for Mountain West Baseball, just to give you guys an idea of what the Bulldogs would have to do. I mean, I told you they have to win 6 straight, but let me tell you why they have to. Let me see here. Standings, where are they here? Yeah, there we go. Here we are. San Diego State is in first place at 3-15. Air Force is at 14-7. I think based on what I've seen so far, both teams, San Diego State and Washington State, are just the best two overall. I don't think a team like Air Force and New Mexico or Nevada will win against those teams in a park like Sloan. I mean, we saw last year how the Wazzu teams were affected at going to a place like Mesa. New Mexico got bumped down the first round. Nevada only had 1 game of pop. I mean, it's just they can only win one way. They don't have pitching. And it kind of jumbled up back there. The last spot, Air Force, Washington State, Nevada, New Mexico, they're all going to make the tournament. It's about that 5th spot the Bulldogs are down. So the Bulldogs, so here's what happens. Okay, UNLV is 7-11, along with San Jose State and Grand Canyon. The Bulldogs are 2-15-7. So here's what they have to do. They have to sweep. They have to somehow get to 7 wins. They have to get to UNLV. All right? To get this win over them, they have to have a series or win, right? To get to, like I said, they have to get 7 wins. How do they get 7 wins? They have to win at least 5 games. All right, so let's assume that they they have to at least get 1 sweep and win 2 out of 3 elsewhere. And then they have GCU hanging around, and GCU, remember, has a series win over Fresno State. That's why I said long ago, teams that are going to be Maryland champions don't lose at home to Grand Canyon. They just don't. So they need Grand Canyon to lose at least once, but just based on how I'm understanding these standings. So, bottom line is to see if Fresno State have any shot. Realistically, you have to sweep 6-0. Don't see it happening, but whatever. Baseball's baseball. You're almost out of it. Come down to a ballpark. It's a historic moment. Maybe you'll see some guys sit next year. But, you know, we're getting closer and closer to the getting the Pac-12. Basketball, we've got some more recruits coming in since the last video I made. I'll talk about them in a bit. But for now, as always, go Dogs.